Mike here from Bikes by Mike with another cycling related video. Today it's time for a product review. Searching to find the best aero helmet isn't an easy task. With so many options and so little independent test data available, it can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. Stick with me as I review the Specialized S-Works Evade 3 and tell you whether it's really worth the hype. Okay, let's get to it. In today's video, I'll start off with a quick overview of the Specialized road helmet lineup, followed by the key specs on the Evade 3. I'll then review and rate the Evade 3 based on 4 criteria. The first is aesthetics, the second is build quality, third is function and fit, and the last one is aerodynamics. Lastly, I'll wrap things up with my final thoughts and give you my overall rating. Let's start with a quick overview. Specialized has 3 top-tier road helmets, each designed for a different purpose. Their Prevail 3 is designed to maximize comfort and ventilation while keeping the weight as light as possible. It has some aerodynamic properties, but it is not aero-optimized. The Evade 3, which we're looking at today, is their most aero-optimized all-purpose road helmet. Lastly, their 100% aero-focused model is their TT5, and as the name suggests, is a time trial specific helmet, so not something a typical road cyclist will have a need for. The Evade 3 is a successor to the popular Evade 2. Specialized has made some interesting tweaks to its design, particularly in the ventilation department, which we'll get into later. The target rider for the Evade 3 is someone that's looking specifically for aerodynamic gains. If you're watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're one of those riders. The Evade 3 is competing with helmets like the Giro Eclipse Spherical, the Kask Utopia, and the Avis Game Changer 2.0. Alright, let's dive into the nitty-gritty, the specs. Price. This is a premium helmet and it comes with a premium price tag. The MSRP is $349.99 Canadian, and that's the price I paid for it. Weight. My size medium weighed in at a hefty 322 grams. It's definitely not the lightest helmet out there and a bit heavier than most of its competition. Sizes. Specialized offers the Evade 3 in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large. I chose size medium, which fits heads with a circumference of 55 to 59 centimeters, or 21.75 to 23.25 inches. Retention system. We're talking about Specialized's Tri-Fix web splitter and their Mindset microdial fit system. More on that a bit later. Claimed aero gains. 50 seconds over 40 kilometers compared to a traditional road helmet, and about 6 seconds faster than the original Evade 1. More on the air drag savings later. Now for aesthetics. Personally, I think this helmet looks pretty damn nice. It's got a sleek modern design with smooth lines and a low profile shape, but it's not too futuristic as some aero helmets, such as the Trek Ballista, which is just a bit too out there for me. This less aggressive sculpted design is something I quite like. I've got the white-black color scheme here, but Specialized offers a range of options, including some bolder colors if you prefer that look. The back of the helmet has this turbojet engine look to it, which I also kind of like. What Specialized calls the rear diffuser. Beyond the cool look, I suspect it's pretty effective at allowing good ventilation through the helmet, which helps to keep you cool. The only thing I don't particularly like is the excessive branding on the sides. The pure black and pure white versions of the helmet omit the side S-Works logos. So if you want a more subtle look, go with those color options. Overall, I'd say the aesthetics are on par with the Kask Utopia, which I also really quite like. Utopia is also a very aero-optimized helmet. Let's talk build quality. The Evade 3 uses a multi-density EPS foam liner designed to absorb impacts from different angles. The outer shell is polycarbonate, which is pretty standard for high-end helmets. It feels solid and well made. The inner padding is comfortable but definitely more minimalist than the thicker padding you'll find on many other helmets. The chin strap is made out of nylon and is both narrower and thinner than the straps on my previous helmets. I do like this feature a lot as I find it's just more comfortable. Plus, it supposedly reduces strap noise. Everything feels premium as you'd expect from a helmet at this price point. Function and fit. At its core, a helmet's primary function is to protect your head, and the Evade 3 is MIPS equipped for added safety. But beyond that, a helmet has to be practical. One crucial function for me is sunglasses storage. How easily you can stash your shades when you're not wearing them. Some helmets, like my Casque Utopia, make it almost impossible to fit almost any type of sunglasses into the front of the helmet. And this is a very common problem with a lot of aggressive aero helmets in general. You tend to get better sunglasses storage with lightweight, high ventilation helmets, simply because you have more vent holes to slide the arms of the sunglasses into. But this isn't always the case, like with Casque Allegro, for example. I reviewed that helmet a while back, and while I could store my sunglasses at the front, it wasn't the easiest to get them in and out. The Evade 3 is surprisingly accepting of sunglasses and really does work as well as one could expect with an aero helmet. Kudos to Specialized for nailing this part of their design. Now for fit. Specialized uses their Tri-Fix web splitter, which keeps the straps flat against your face, and their Mindset microdial system for making small adjustments to the fit around your head. There's a lot of horizontal adjustability, which is great. You can also adjust how low behind your head the retention system sits by either pulling out or pushing in these two small plastic sliders. So the fit can be dialed in for a variety of sizes and shapes of heads. As good as the fit is, I'm not sure it's quite as perfect as what Casque offers, and I consider their helmets to have the best retention system of any helmets on the market today. But Specialized is close, and there are many worse options out there for sure. Let's talk aerodynamics, which is the main reason you're likely to fork over big bucks for this helmet. That's why I did it. Specialized claims the Evade 3 is the most aero road helmet in the peloton, which is a big claim. They say it's as aero as the Evade 2, but with 10% better ventilation. And remember those claims about the Evade 2 saving 50 seconds over 40 kilometers? That translates to a reduction of a handful of watts in drag, a significant number in the world of marginal gains. Of course, manufacturer claims are just that, claims. It's incredibly difficult for the average consumer, like you and me, to verify those numbers and know for sure which helmet is aerodynamically superior. That's why I put a lot of weight on the opinions of independent aerodynamic experts, people who aren't funded by helmet manufacturers and have no vested interest in promoting one brand over another. When those experts consistently point to a specific helmet as a top performer, that's a very positive sign. And that's precisely why I pulled the trigger to purchase the Evade 3 when I already have a pretty aero-optimized helmet in the Casque Utopia. On the Escape Collective's Performance Process podcast, aero expert Xavier Disley, on the November 15th episode, rated the Evade 3 as one of the best aero road helmets on the market today. Cycling News also published an article on June 17, 2024, where they tested 20 road helmets in a wind tunnel. They found a difference of 12.7 watts between the fastest and slowest helmets at 40 kilometers per hour and 5.4 watts at 30 kilometers per hour. Or stating it another way, going with a super aero helmet like the Evade 3 can make you go around 1.6% faster at the same power output as compared to riding with a traditional helmet. That's a substantial difference, and it shows the potential gains you can achieve with a top-tier aero helmet like the Evade 3. Think of it like the performance improvement you'd get from upgrading from heavy alloy wheels to a premium carbon wheel set. Yes, it's a marginal gain, but a marginal gain that matters. The Evade 3 came in second place, only 1.8 watts behind the very heavy Visor Beast POC ProSen Air. And I'd gladly give up 1.8 watts so as not to put that thing on my head. Another independent wind tunnel test was done by the folks at 220 Triathlon on 23 aero helmets. What's a bit different here is that all helmets tested had at least some aerodynamic properties, so there were no super poor performers in the bunch. The Evade 3 came out among the best, ranking top 5 and earned their spot for the best aero road helmet for triathlon. Now, I have to be honest, it's still deep here in winter, so I haven't had a chance to do any outdoor testing. But let's be real, despite what you might see in other helmet reviews, you can't objectively measure aerodynamic drag just by riding your bike. The only way to quantify drag is in a controlled lab environment with a wind tunnel. And even then, you need a lot of expertise to properly replicate real-world conditions, like wind angles. So I will take it out on the road shortly, but please don't make me go out there right now. So what is my verdict? I really do like this helmet. The aesthetics are great and the fit and function is very good. Aerodynamically, I think it's significantly superior to your average helmet, and it definitely is one of the fastest, if not the fastest, non-TT aero helmet available today. Overall, I give it a really good score of 9 out of 10. As much as I like the Evade 3, I'm eager to see how it performs on the road. My current helmet, the Casque Utopia, has set a very high bar. I'll need to log some serious miles with Evade 3 over the next few months before I can decide if it's truly going to unseat my current favorite. That's all I got for today, folks. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe as allow me to produce more content for all of you. See you next time. Happy rolling.